Boy, oh boy, I got lots to talk about this week. First off, ugly week for local football fans. But let's just take a little good thing here. Mynderse with a pretty good showing, even though was a loss to a team that normally thrumps us, Clyde Savannah. For a little while, we had the lead against them. And Liam and Wheat Carahair was having another monster game. But Clyde Savannah finds a way to win. You know, Clyde Savannah is always a well-coached team. Oh, it was a good effort by Mynderse against Clyde Savannah. Well, maybe next year, guys. Although Liam does graduate after this year. Whatever. But I want you to do the math on this next one. How can you outgain your opponent by 200 yards? And you have almost 600 yards of offense and still lose. Well, Syracuse Orange. What in the hell were you doing, especially near the end of the first half? That was an ugly loss to Maryland and former Orange quarterback and assistant coach Randy Edsall, who has to gloat with the victory. You know, Mr. Edsall, gloat this. And thirdly, Buffalo. What were you doing with Phillip Rivers? Apparently he laid out a picnic blanket, brought out a little wine, some cheese, crackers, caught some rays there at Ralph Wilson Stadium. You made him feel right at home. That's what you always seem to do with big quarterbacks, like Rivers, like Manning, although we haven't faced Manning a lot, and especially with pretty boy Tom Brady. Probably he's gonna bring his Brazilian wife somewhere. Well, you know, in a few weeks they come to Ralph Wilson Stadium. And let's show Mr. Brady this isn't a place to have a picnic like you did with Mr. Rivers yesterday. Let's hope this weekend is much better, especially with the big game for the Orange, one of the big three. As although it's technically a home game, although it's in the Meadowlands, we play Notre Dame. And Buffalo going down to Houston to play the Texans, who are fairly decent this year. Well, let's see what happens. Let's get this weekend out of the way, shall we? Now let's go somewhere of local interest. Last week, there was a big thing about the Cayuga Nation having takeovers of their businesses by supposedly another tribe or other interests. The huge police presence that was there in both Union Springs and here in Seneca Falls, especially at their property where the Kolonsky scrap iron yard used to be. You know, Hyman was a great friend of my grandfather and my father. And you know what? He'd probably be calling all of you schmucks. The Cayuga Nation, that is, because you know what? The Cayuga Nation's is a big bunch of schmucks, pardon me. But the truth is, you guys haven't done nothing to help the economy around here. All the money seems to go to your businesses, and no taxes are being paid to the state. So you know what? Big deal. You know what? I just wish you guys weren't around here to take away some of the tax base to Seneca Falls and to Union Springs. And you guys keep buying property around the town of Seneca Falls and whatnot. Well, you know what? If the state takes over your properties or whatever, well, good riddance. And you know, Leroy Halftown, you may be one of the leaders around here for the Cayuga Nation, but you haven't done nothing to help the economy but sell cheap cigarettes and cheap gasoline. Thing is, like I said, none of that money goes to help the state. Well, that's what I have to say about you guys. Good riddance. And let's go on to something happier. Let's talk about the fall TV season that's gonna be starting this week. Some interesting shows. Madam Secretary premiered last night, especially with Taya Leone. And I mean, she seemed pretty good in that role, because I mean, I caught a few minutes of it. But some nice, interesting cast choices. Keith Carradine playing the president. Zelko Ivanek, who always plays a bad guy, also part of the government. But I mean, let's take a look at some of the other choices, shall we? I mean, a lot of superheroes seem to be coming into the foray for the networks. The Flash is gonna be on the CW. John Constantine and his adventures are on NBC. And a pre-Batman series is on Fox. Gotham premieres tonight and is expected to be one of the best new series of the season. And it shows supposedly what Gotham City was like before Batman. Sounds like an interesting premise. Of course, we still got Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on ABC. And it seems as though the superheroes have gained a lot of traction, not only on TV, but I mean, look at the films, especially this past summer with Guardians of the Galaxy being the surprise hit. And, I mean, let's just say this, superheroes are gonna keep coming pretty big. And you know, I mean, I kind of wonder, what happened to the Incredible Hulk? Bill Bixby's no longer alive to make the series, and plus Lou Ferrigno's getting up there. And I don't know if there's enough green paint for anybody else other than Lou Ferrigno. But it's going to be an interesting season. And last but not least, let's talk about a big event that's coming up this weekend down in the southern Ontario County. The Naples Grape Festival is always big this year down there. And you know what? It's going to be a very beautiful weekend. Temperatures are expected to be in the mid-70s. Come down, get your grape pies, go down, taste some nice wine, enjoy the beautiful weather in a beautiful location down there in southern Ontario County. And of course, who wants to see the red cat or the white cat? And they also got the fizz, if you know what I mean. But it isn't better than the Fonz. That's my ranting for this week, and let's hope for a better week, Mynderse. Better week, Syracuse. Better week, Buffalo. And come down to Dewey's Third Ward Tavern to watch the game. Because, you know, Dewey would love to have all Syracuse fans, all Buffalo fans come down there. I'm Ken Haas, and that's my story for this week.